Hey concrete fans, welcome to The Joy of Concrete. Oh yeah. Can you see that? Look at this. Oh, look at this thing. I'm Mr. Concrete. This is gray matter, my very special mix. And this is sriracha water. Gray matter, concrete, beautiful pieces of art. This is not your bagged mix from local hardware store. This is a high performance, high strength, all purpose concrete, all in one mix. No, I kid not. It is very strong. And I'm going to get right into the mixing. One of my favorite things about gray matter is that we have it manufactured specifically for us to be able to flow into molds really well, get into all those little nooks and crannies, to cure quickly, so that we can, finish our work. The faster you can work, the faster your concrete cures, the better. It's also formulated to be extremely, extremely high strength. If you were to compare it to concrete from local hardware store, this would be easily 4 times the strength at its full cure. And at its early cure, at its full 28-day cure, 4 times the strength, but at its early cure, this is where things get fun. Where it cures early, it is like 10 times the strength. General purpose concrete takes quite a while to hit really, not high cure strengths. So I would, use it if you want to use it. But one of the easiest ways, people ask me all the time, so many people in the comments are like, hey, my concrete's doing this. Hey, like my edges are crusty. Like, hey, how come my color doesn't look like this? Can I use this? And it's like a big part of what we do, why our work can look amazing, why I love gray matter, is it's starting with high quality materials that are designed around your process, designed around the exact things that you want to do with it. I'm not saying that you can't. For many, many years, I shoehorned concrete mixes into being, what I wanted. I'm gonna throw a little bit of white in here right now, and I guess a little bit of blue, scraping that pigment in. But then an opportunity arose. I went out looking for an opportunity. I said, I'm tired. Enough of junk concrete. Not junk concrete, it's great concrete. Building a fence, getting a sidewalk, doing something, just general purpose construction. It's amazing, it's perfect, it's beautiful, works exactly how it's intended, and is cheap. Really cheap, which is great. But keep in mind, really cheap concrete, that really cheap concrete mix that you get in a bag at the hardware store, and it's like $6, $5. Over half of that is just rocks. Pretty cool. We do have some rocks in here, but it's pretty minimal. If you wanted to, and you wanted this concrete to, get the full, get a really good value out of it, add gravel to it. We have a very, very, very fine gravel, like 5 millimeter diameter gravel, and not that much of it. I haven't saturated it with gravel because it's not ideal for fine detail. If you have too much rock, too much gravel, your fine detail is going to suck. So I'm trying to do you a favor, but I get so many comments about, hey, that's not concrete. Where's the rocks? Where's the sand? I'm like, there is rocks and sand, but they're subtle. Like, you don't have to, you're used to seeing cheap concrete from the hardware store that's saturated with rocks and sand. Most of our concrete is the active material, the good stuff, not filler. Which is why you can end up with something like this. Look at this. Look what this concrete's doing. Okay, now, I screwed up last time because I was too busy blabbermouthing, which is something I do. Have a spray bottle handy, a little spritz of water. You want to really be careful with your water content. You're mixing for feel here. I'm mixing with my hands because I'm mixing for feel. Yes, you can mix in a lot of different ways, but I would say until you master the art of mixing perfect concrete, and all you haters out there who are saying, skip to minute 9 when the mixing's done, do not skip to minute 9 when the mixing's done. If you're skipping to minute 9, you might as well just skip the whole thing and move on to another hobby, because the mixing is crazy important. Crazy important. If you can't get this down, if you can't get your concrete to start acting like this, which takes love, takes attention, it takes a subtle hand, then forget it. It's never going to work out. But last time I blabbermouthed and I went too slow, and I'm not doing that again. What am I doing for colors? I want one color to be very dark. This color, the little one, is going to be very dark. So we're going to go blue and black together. Fold that over. Things are going to get messy, extra messy now. Just maybe let that stew a little bit right there. Give it a couple spritzes of water. This color right here. It's might be cliche, but I'm going, not cliche. Might be, what would you say? Expected. Everyone's like, I know what he's going to do. Pink. Yeah, I love pink. So I'm doing pink. And I think pink and navy look really great together. I don't know if this is going to be a navy, but it's going to be dark. So I'm doing pink. What a goof. And last but not least, oh, that could be too much water. I don't think so. Moving quick. Gonna keep moving for you. But even moving quick, it's still fun. I love this stuff. I love you, gray matter. And I love you, concrete fan. Last color, we're going a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Anyone know what color that could make? A little bit more white, a little bit more yellow and white, and I want that. A little bit of blue snuck in there, but whatever. I'm gonna have to reload those. I'm gonna have to reload those pigments before my next video, because those are almost out. Oh, look at that. You can't see. Maybe you can. I'm recording this in 2K. Is that high enough def? I'm going to be honest with everybody. I'm not the best videographer. I'm trying to deal with what I've got for equipment and what I've got for my budget for what I'm doing, and make things as amazing as I can for you. But I don't have it all figured out. So if anyone has any tips, video tips or tricks, sound things, I'm all ears. So I've got a pink, very ice creamy, strawberry ice cream pink. And then I've got this, it's going to be more of like a coral. A lot, same type of color, but a little bit more yellow. I'm just squeezing, pressing this together, pressing these colors together. It's starting to look great. I love putting pigment in color. I love putting our high quality mineral pigments in color, in concrete. One more take. I love putting these high quality mineral pigments directly into my concrete gray matter. Because you get this dense coloration. It's rich. I love it. It's so beautiful. So I hope you appreciate it too. And I'm really liking the color that we got coming together. Three color blend, making life real easy. But you know what? Give yourself some wins. Set yourself up for success. That's a thing I've said. That's a thing I'm saying right now. Set yourself up for success. And what do I mean by that? I mean, start with materials that are going to work with you. Start with materials. I've already done the hard part of figuring out what materials, figuring out what the very best material is to make this turn out the way it's turning out. If you think you've got a material that is better, that you're going to beat me at this concrete game, color and concrete game, I'm all ears. If you think I need to adjust my concrete mix, make a change on the fly, let's do it. Tell me. But right now, oh yeah. Can you see that? Look at this. Oh, look at this thing. Ooh. Okay. I'm all about this. Look at this. My favorite mold. Little cactus planter. And I don't know, jam it in just like this. Just start, put the concrete in there and just start tapping. And whatever it goes, it goes. Something fell off the table because I'm shaking the whole table. I'm gonna bring the house down. I don't care. I screwed up big time last time. That casting was not great. This is gonna be cool as ice. Okay, come on. You like that move? I just sliced off the muffin top off this tin. That was actually pretty slick. I impressed myself on that one. So why is gray matter great? Gray matter is great because it self-levels and self-consolidates. It's a non-Newtonian fluid. Amazing. That's science. At work with artistry to make beautiful objects. Oh. Here we go. Going double time. Look at that air. That air's just coming out. I'm just tapping it out. Robert. I see you, Robert, in the comments. Just telling people, fast forward the tapping. Don't fast forward the tapping. Watch all the minutes of the tapping. Do not fast forward. Do not listen to Robert. You know why? Because Robert's never done this before. So Robert doesn't know how to tap like I do. So that's why you gotta watch. If you blow it, if you skip the tapping section, look at this air bubble coming out. If I had skipped the tapping section, we would have missed all this good stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah. It's gotta be good. This is gonna be, these colors are great. Greatest colors. Greatest colors, greatest concrete, everything's gonna be great. Not an impression. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. That felt like a really great tap session. This bottom is nice and flat. Just gonna give it a little tiny shot of water that'll help me get the last little bit of, oh, extra flat. You know what? You wanna know why getting this extra flat right now is great? I don't have to do it with sandpaper or wet polishing. Let's just make it awesome right off the bat and forget the wet polishing, because you might be in your kitchen or your bathroom trying to do this. You might be in your dorm room, like in a tiny apartment. So I'm trying to make it easy for you. I'm gonna put that away. We got this. And we got one of the molds from the Easy Make kit. The mold that I goofed last time, if you recall, and made this. Yeah, nice. Nice one. You concrete dud, nice one. It's awful. So I'm gonna give it another shot. And I'm gonna make up for, just gonna give this a little, I'm just wiping the mold out with my shirt. Clean, wiping all the little bits. Clean mold. Okay, and this still has some room because I have not been dilly-dallying. I've been going very quick. And I'm gonna drop it right on top. But you know what I'm gonna do this time? I'm gonna tap it. Actually, I'm still worried that this won't turn out but I'm gonna check the internal. Last time I didn't check, keep an eye on what was happening inside the mold. And you know what happened? It all collapsed. The concrete was way too set up. The whole thing collapsed on itself and was a huge mess. But this has actually still got enough flow that it's doing what I want. I'm just gonna really, so look at this. We're gonna make something from the Easy Make kit. This cool little planter. I call it a little succulent planter, but guess what? My partner dropped a truth bomb. My partner dropped a truth bomb, a big capital T on me the other day. She says, you can fit a tea light in here. What's a tea light? And I didn't know this. Some people don't know what tea lights are. That's fine. But if you're out there and you're like, what's a tea light? Tea lights are those little lights. I should just have one here or cut to a, I'm not going to cut. Tea lights are those little lights that come in they're little short squat candle. They come in like a little metal tin, usually. Sometimes they're not in the metal tin, but I think they should be in the little metal tin. Anyway, a tea light fits in here. Amazing. It's actually kind of perfect for a tea light. It's the greatest tea light holder because it's high enough, it casts a nice light, but it's also high enough that it doesn't blow out, keeps it from blowing out, it protects it, wind protection. It was like someone designed this for tea lights, which is a distinct possibility. Anyway, I'm getting close here. I'm going to trim off. I'm a big fan of like cleaning stuff up when it's easy. Do it when it's easy. So in the context of the concrete, you know what I'm cleaning up right now? I'm cleaning up the bottom and the edges and the mold even. Getting rid of all the little bits that I have to wet sand down or clean up later. And I'm going to clean them up now because if I do it now, my life's going to be easier later. I like to instill some wisdom when we're doing these fun little videos. I like to drop truth bombs on people. And here's some wisdom for you, some concrete truth. The sooner, how should I put this? One of the things that you should be super excited about doing, one of the things that I like to be super excited about doing is doing favors for my future self. If you can master the art of doing favors for your future self, not for me, not for Mr. Concrete here and now, but I'm trying to do a big fat favor for Mr. Concrete tomorrow. Because Mr. Concrete tomorrow has to demold this and like finish it and then clean up around here and get ready for the next little experiment. So I'm like, you know what, buddy? My best friend, Mr. Concrete of tomorrow is my very, very best friend. I'm going to try to do you a big fat solid right now and make it so it's so easy for you to finish this that when you do, you look back and say, hey man, thank you for thinking of me. I really appreciate the time and effort you took to make my life easy. If you can master that, well, you'll accomplish great things. I'll see y'all tomorrow when we pop these beautiful, awesome job, epic. Hang loose, that was epic. Hey, concrete friends, concrete fans, concrete fams. Let's demold these objects that we cast last night. First, I'm gonna just scrape some of my shrapnel to the side. Scrape that away like this, and there we go. know what? I'm gonna scrape that right off the table. Here we go. Into the garbage can. Into the garbage can. Boom. And now the molds. So here's the, this is the mold from our Easy Make kit. On the last video, this is the mold where I made this beautiful hunk of junk. Yeah, pretty awful. Let's see if this one I pulled off a little better. I can already tell. These molds are nice. They're very thin, so you can just kind of, boom. Look at that, almost totally clean. Look at this casting. Oh my goodness, we nailed it. I nailed it, but we nailed it. We did this together. Look how clean that is. Get a good look. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Great one. It's a great one. We did it. We're back. And now this. Here's the last casting we did. Had issues, was a little too dry, which ended in some voiding. But we had voiding in this casting, but really nice. The pattern has a great look. Great look to it, great flow. Good definition. I'm hoping this one we get a mix. I'm hoping we get some nice definition on our pattern, but also no voids, please. Or at least less voids. There's always going to be some void. It's concrete. Now, to demold this thing, we just kind of work around the edge, loosen it up. Hear that little, listen. That little, there we go. So it's demolded all the way around. Now I'm just gonna like pry on the mold a little bit and on the object. There we go. Give this a little pinch and boom. So in terms of castings, it's been a little while, but this might be a near perfect. And you saw how we did this. We just tapped it. This is all tapped out by hand. Look at this. Not a void. Do that. Do that with your hardware store concrete. This thing's ready to rock. Ready to rock. Beautiful. Good looking pattern. Well, there you have it. I still got it. We can still make concrete things together and they'll turn out. Last week was, I was getting back into the groove, but now I found it. And honestly, folks, friends, concrete folks, the way you get better at this is doing it. You can watch a video and you're going to get tips, and I'm going to try to help you where I can, and you can ask questions in the comments down below, and I'll try to help you. But if you want to get good at anything, but if you want to get good at concrete specifically, do it more. Do it every day. Make something every day. You can also get good with tips and tricks and starting with the right materials, and I'm going to try to help you through that, but I really want to encourage you in whatever you're doing, whatever you do as your creative outlet, do it often. Do it as much as you can, because the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. I promise. Well, that's it, everybody. We're all done.